Okay, so this one is late. I'm getting back from the climbing gym. I am dirty. I'm sitting and my arms are pumped. So interlocking my fingers, opening up those palms, trying to stretch out that tissue that was inside, gripping big jugs for a while. So forearms, palms to forearms, elbows into the shoulders, straightening the spine, back and forth. Start to open that up, as well as start to elevate those motions. You can see me probably doing this in the gym between routes. So up overhead, opening each hand individually through the forearm, and even lifting and pulling through the side body, maintaining integrity of spine, tucking chin a little, going with those motions, coming up out of the shoulders, side body, serratus anterior, lats, all that stuff that was working. So shaking out the arms to the side, lift up, go back, bend again. Okay, recrossing the hands. We have a tendency to cross our hands in one direction, so recrossing those fingers and just doing the same motions. And even this is like a little wave inside the hands. You can take it wider, all the way through inside the bicep. I feel that actually when you get into bending the arm from side to side, bringing it back. So a little wave, elevating through the shoulders, side, side, keep going. Range of motion is going to be super important, trying to hold on to it. Trying to settle the shoulders away from the ears. We're always lifting through the front body and trying to relax through the back body. If you need to come to sit on something, I'm not going to go and grab anything right now, but you can elevate so that your legs are relaxed and your low back is relaxed. Hips a little bit more. Don't want to necessarily work for sitting. So massage of the arms, our energy lines generally run through the forearms, attachment points of pronators, supinators, and also dead center through the course of the forearms. And I'm just going to reach across with my thumb and press up through those lines, all the way up, attachment points over the elbow, and I'm bringing it back. So the reality of this is that I went climbing and I'm pulling on the way back out. This can be good for all my golfers, all of my people sitting at desks. Now I'm also, as I do that, I tend to open and close my hand, because these are the muscles that come in, the flexors. So I'm going to oppose that action readily. Coming up, biceps attached through here. Maybe just give them a little squeeze to say hello, triceps, thanks for working so hard. But let's go ahead and bring that center line out. So then the edge line on top here, you can see I just kind of use my thumb and hand in such a way. I'm supporting the backside, maybe using my fingers a little bit, but coming up over. Ooh, my right hand arm is definitely tired. I'm gonna have to switch my forearm, the other side. I just am going like 5, 6 presses up around the forearm to get myself into the attachment points, and I'm bringing it back out. So I instructed this one today, grab that forearm and pull across the body. You're pulling the tissue out and away from the elbow, down and back into the hand, and then all of your shoulder is affected, side body. You can be pulling at varying levels. You can lay flat on your back and make this one happen. So to the other side, once again, I'm gonna recross my legs. I like doing that. I like checking things out. Balance. Don't sit one way too long. You'll notice that your hips are different. Apologize, I'm not eyeballing you too much. So shaking out this hand a little bit. My thumb is along that inner line. Working out those forearms, shaking that hand, nice open palm, nice and strong. I talk about inhaling into the center and exhaling through, where it's not just flimsy, it's working. So pressing my way up, shaking, moving around, coming up into the elbow space, rubbing that out. These exercises are constant, you know, per the activities that we want to take part in. There is constant maintenance. You know, there isn't really getting away from that. I did that line a second time. So that center line, same stuff. Ooh, yeah, it's thick and tight. I climbed hard for an hour and pumped my arms, which pretty much means that I'm not using them again until I do something like this. So I decided to allow you to join me. So I appreciate it. So top line here. Oh, I didn't squeeze the bicep. Let me be fair. And a little bit in the tricep. And these lines just run up to surround the arm, tricep, just in lines. Okay, but to that outside edge, to the upper ulna, rotates around. So I really thumb in, and I'll also really thumb out. I'm dragging that tissue out. But some shaking in there. This one's tight. There's also trigger points, various, you know, pressure point areas that feel good holding them, or they're really sore and tired and they're kind of painful. It's still all good. You got to work that out, shake it out, get the blood flow in there. Pressing on it dissipates blood flow, and then when you let go, it rushes through some clean blood, oxygen, the nutrients it needs to repair and regenerate and rinse out, so that it's not sore like it could be the next day, built up. So on the back side there, I'm using my fingers, just kind of shaking back and forth. Right up, there's interosseous membrane. There's 2 bones in your arm, so we're running right up into that and trying to soften up those tissues. Breath, shoulders, make sure I'm not. So there you go, coming up into the elbow, shaking out that wrist. Feels good, a lot of shaking. Shaking rhythmically helps balance out the tissues. So, gonna give it a pull and a twist. Deep wringing. You know, we have to wring out the tissues that just work so hard. It's like a washcloth. No big deal, we're the same. Keep these things mobile, keep our skin tight. So across the body, maybe elevate some more. Big breaths, fill up the ribs, hang out. So neck rolls, rotations in line with. Maybe the other side again. Ooh, this right side needs it. So it's working hard. So that is just simple massage of the forearms. Maybe rotate the fingers, palms out, open up, lean back. You can cat-cow the spine, increases the intensity in both directions, pressing through, loosening up, and then creating tension again. So there's that. There's also pressing, on the tops of your hands through here. Now, these are also things that could be done seated in a chair, no problem. You can use the edge of your desk to stretch. And that being said, if you're seated in a chair, you can turn to the side to hold on to the spinal twist. Maybe holding on to the back of the chair, taking a couple breaths, twisting it out. All of that work that was just done, crack, crack, was most of the upper body. So long, tall spine, more cracks. I'm fortunate to have a lot of mobile joints, which is good. And back to center. So that's massage of the arms. You might be left to squeeze biceps. Triceps, running the fingers up the back edge, coming into the shoulder for squeezes, bringing the fingers to the back of the shoulder blade. Grabbing that if you can. No worries. If you're only here, that's what you're working with. Eventually, one day, you're going to be able to reach further and further around. Even coming up underneath for those traps, reaching back as far as you can just to drag your fingers around is fantastic. So, a little biceps up the front side. That deltoid worked hard tonight. I can feel it. So, up the tricep. Lifting up out of the elbow. A lot of us get tissue that gets caught up inside the olecranon fossa, elbow hole. You can soften it up and get it out of there. It's okay. It can probably cause you some less neck tension as well. If it comes up and it's all attached up in here to those points that we're just kind of dragging across. Deltoid, scapula, the traps, whatever you can. If you can get that blade edge of your scapula, try to relax the neck, shoulders, be doing what you can, reach underneath. That's good stuff. Cat cow, not cat cow, but cow face. Arms, I could cat cow with it. Inhaling up, exhaling, rounding down. Inhaling up. Again, I like movement within the poses. Connective tissue needs more movement. The muscles need more linear stretches to make their way around. Oh, that shoulder is tight. So, right side. I felt that before I went in today. So, I'm gonna hang out. That's real. So, pains, pangs, they stop you. Kind of breath. Dead in its tracks. Maybe you hang out and you can tolerate it for a little bit, but chances are you're not going to go too far into it. Just hanging out, maybe a little movement. It'll warm up. Inhale up. Arch the spine. Exhale. Trying around forward. It's awful. It's really, really awful. Stop. I get to share that with you. Fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna slowly unwind that, bring everything around, back and down. Oh, shake out the arms, interlock the fingers behind the back, a little forward fold. Again, seated in a chair can be very easy. You could even put your hands on the back of the chair, just kind of rest it out. However, you know, most times in the gym, standing, forward, fold. More like a rabbit here, arms up. I don't know what they call this. So coming forward, I recross my hands to bring the shoulders up and around again, because again, when you just have tiny little fractional movements, things can adjust and feel so very different in other places. So straightening everything out. Maybe some more hands, back and forth as we stand up, stretch out, get everything out of the hips and the glutes for tonight. And thank you. Good luck with that.